Good afternoon, everybody. It is Saturday afternoon. It's about 3:45. So a good round of afternoon data is in. That's what I've been waiting for all day. So I've been putting the final touches on. Forecast changes for tomorrow for our severe weather threat for Sunday afternoon. Still shaping up. I've been working on a couple of other things that are exciting developments here at the Weather Spot. Hopefully helpful developments for you, including the possibility of some storm spotters and storm chasers being able to be brought into the live stream here as things develop. So not sure if that will take shape for tomorrow's severe weather threat or not, but that is something we get to add to the future. So I hope that that is something you can come to depend on. It should be really helpful to get that up and coming here on the Weather Spot. So something to look forward to, at least from my perspective, in that way. So looking at tomorrow, the spoiler alert is no significant change from the forecast this morning. The threat is still significant. Showed you a couple of live streams ago that negatively tilted trough that's going to dig in hard across Kansas, and we're on all alert when those things happen. Those are serious. So there's a couple of variants that I'm going to explain that might figure into what kind of severe threat we get exactly when. But as of right now, data is strong that everything is possible. So first and foremost, here is the severe weather outlook. I don't think this has changed at all from this morning. So Central Kansas, East Central Kansas, Chanute, Fredonia, in the marginal risk, we pick up the slight risk area here, Fort Scott, Pittsburgh. This is where I'm going to look for some clustering or some possibly small discrete cells to take shape tomorrow afternoon. We'll talk about the threats with those in just a second, but that goes up through Butler and Harrisonville, Nevada, Joplin for our area, and all the way up to an enhanced risk, still covering central Missouri. And that is going to pick up, that's a tornado risk and a linear system risk too. So we have very, very strong wind gusts possible up to 70 miles per hour as that part of it gets going. So that is why the enhanced risk covers that area. Also, the tornado outlook, it is not zero in East Central Kansas or West Central Missouri. We will be on the lookout. It's just a little bit less common with the type of cells that I think are going to bloom up as this all gets going tomorrow afternoon. I think once it organizes and moves off to the east, that probability goes up, and I'll show you some data on that in just a second. So does the severe wind outlook. Again, covered all this morning, but I think we pick up into the 60, 70 mile per hour winds in here into this red area that the SPC has put out as the severe wind outlook. Same for hail. I think the hail threat is probably strongest in these small discrete cells that are going to pop up early, but all of us may have significant hail to deal with this as this moves along. So let's look now at data, model data, and put some timing on things. This is where we are outside right now. This is, let me see here. Yeah, this is right now. We're looking at a little bit of a lull, I think, now through the afternoon hours. Probably nobody's complaining about that. And that's what I think makes this precipitation that comes in over the next day mostly beneficial because it's been off to a slow start and we get these long breaks. So, I mean, there is a flood watch out through 7 p.m. Sunday night. But I think as slow as this has been, mostly this is just good beneficial rain. And hopefully those flooding concerns will be minimal. So as we go through the evening hours tonight, I see another round of heavier showers and possibly some thunderstorms, non-severe, picking up south of the Garnett area, coming into Butler. This looks like 9, possibly 10 p.m. this evening. So we have rounds of all kinds of stuff coming through overnight. Here's another round of heavier rainfall. This is looking at 3 a.m. now, 4 a.m., pretty much covering all of our area, but that's nothing new. So I'm going to scoot ahead now to about the 1 p.m. hour. So really, this could be noon. Hopefully it's not too much earlier than that, so I can get home and cover it for you tomorrow afternoon as we head into lunchtime. But this is what I look to shape up. This is really the same as this morning down here in northeastern Oklahoma, southeastern Kansas. I'm looking for these small cells to cluster. They could start to organize linearly, but I think that what we have happening here is clustering discrete cells, and that's what gives us those hail chances. The biggest threat with those is significant hail. So in terms of what happens, there is the possibility possibility that these shots of rain that we keep getting release some of the surface cape, some of the cape that's out there, the energy that's going to make some of these strong cells pop if they get together. If that continues to happen, that is one school of thought. So if that does happen, these will just be probably robust thunderstorms. But HRRR data this afternoon supporting the idea that possibly the cape remains on the lower end. There'll still be noisy thunderstorms, but mainly that just releases throughout the morning with that rain popping through. So that is one possibility, but we have to stay alert that that may not happen. If it doesn't, all that cape will mass up, and these storms will run into that, and we're dealing with severe cells, and so that's a possibility. So as I'm moving now towards about the 3 p.m. hour, what I see happening all up and down our area is still clustered cells, east central Kansas, west central Missouri, looking south of Butler between Fort Scott, headed over towards Warsaw. This is again like the 3 p.m. hour. And then what happens now toward the 4 p.m. hour is possibly some strong linear organization. You can see it here with me. This is where we start to talk about the tornado threat. And we're going to look at updraft helicity, which is one measure of spinning within any supercells. So here you see it. This is where that starts to take shape. If I back this up a couple of hours, it is not zero over very west central Missouri, over in east central Kansas, but it's just not so organized. So we'll watch for spinning. I'll be watching for rotation in these cells. It is a possibility, but this data suggesting organization along that linear line possibly happens over here east of Clinton, Warsaw, Wablo, coming into Buffalo, Marshfield, those areas where that organization will possibly happen. So we will watch as this washes over us tomorrow afternoon. So that is the data on the timing. Like I say, not a super significant change. Here are rainfall amounts. Now keep in mind that I'm looking ahead, and this is added to whatever we've already had. So how much rain is still out there, precipitable water wise? We still have, I'm going to say, an average of about an inch and a half left to go across the region. So I'll be really curious if you guys would drop in the comments what is showing up in your rain gauges. Very curious about that because it has been so spotty. Some people have just had light rain on and off. Some have had just nothing but heavy rain down here due south. I'm looking at like towards Joplin area. So about another inch and a half, possibly another 2 inches to go down towards that aforesaid Joplin area. So that is the timing that I have looking into things for tomorrow. Like I say, just as soon as I can get on tomorrow around lunchtime, we'll start tracking things and seeing what happens. But now you have the latest, now you know the data, and you can be prepared. I appreciate you joining me, and I'll be talking to you later. See ya.